What's up, ladies and germs? Welcome to another episode of the One Deeper podcast. It's been a minute, but I'm back. This time with my boy Elias. We talk about a lot of things, but mostly we talk about what it would be like in the future, in terms of how we might augment our bodies, what it might be like to live as long as possible, what can we expect in the next 20, 30 years in our lifetime, you know. So, really interesting conversation. This is something we've both been interested in lately. We're by no means experts in this. This is just something we are just now diving really deep into and try to understand and see how we can contribute and really understand this really wide and rich space of biology and longevity and human performance, everything else in between. So please enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Yeah, bro. You were saying something about...
No, so I started looking really into longevity because I want to work in that area.
Yeah.
And the last days I was researching, and now I found a guy. He's called Alex, and then some Russian last name. That
Yeah.
And he has a company, and they're hiring with hackathons, and I find this super cool. Like,
Yeah, I mean...
yeah.
Like, I think... have you seen the Facebook movie? Like, I think that's kind of how they did in the beginning. Like, you know... Like,
Also,
yeah. So basically, like, it's kind of like a hackathon. It's like you get people just show up and like do a bunch of stuff,
yeah.
and then you know if they
And
get
the people that perform.
yeah,
But that's so smart, like, because like a battery doesn't tell you like if a
Yeah,
person
true.
can really do
like
shit.
I think it's weird, man. Like actually, I don't know, cause you know, like when you do like an exam, that's very different from like the kind of work you
Actually
have to
solving a
do,
problem.
solving a
Like-
problem, right?
Like
I much prefer that, the former one. I mean, sorry, the latter one, not the exam one.
The thing is, I'm super good at exams.
Yeah, I know.
So like,
Yeah.
at some point, like this is the thing I figured out. The actual problem solving is the stuff I have to figure out now. But like, the
Solving exams is
like
something
solving
you figured out.
solving exams is the thing I'm like really good at now.
So you know, there are two kinds of people in this world. There's the kind of people who are trying to graduate and they're taking linear algebra for the third time, which is kind of sad. But it's not that hard of a course, let's be honest, right? But then there's you. It's like, okay, how fast can I crash 5 courses?
Yeah.
We can talk about that later. But like this longevity game is pretty interesting. Like
Yeah.
so what I was about to tell you earlier is that, so you know, there's a lot of focus on like language and language generation right now
In AI.
in AI. But that's kind of okay because what they're actually focusing on is getting better at doing sequential prediction stuff. And there's a lot in biology which is like a lot of sequential prediction.
You know,
things.
I think it's like it's super valuable that the AI people do their AI stuff.
Yeah.
That is just AI.
Yeah.
Because in the end, the medicine people can,
Yeah.
like the smart medicine people can take it and use it. And like, it's not that this is like useless, but there's so much opportunity
Yeah.
in this field, and it will grow so big.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the reason I want to work in it. I just want to become immortal. And
Yeah, no, like, you know, this is a interesting idea to take seriously, right? Like to seriously take the idea of, okay, what would it mean to be immortal, right? Now,
like, immortal, not in the sense of you can't die, but like
Yeah.
you can still be hit by a bus and
yeah,
die.
yeah, of
like,
course,
but
like,
just
but like in
aging.
terms of
No,
aging,
No,
like
yes.
just like
Stop aging.
just this progressive decay of the progressive inability for your body to regenerate itself, and like eventually you end up getting older. Do you think, okay, what's interesting is like, so there are two ways to look at this immortality situation,
Mhm.
right? Now, one approach is sort of like what we're thinking about, which is how do we make the body stay alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other idea is like, fuck the body,
Yeah.
Right?
Upload your brain.
yeah, let's forget this fucking meat vehicle. Why don't we go to a full cyborg vehicle? This is also an interesting idea.
I like the idea, but I think like I thought about it actually quite a bit, and I think if you would give me technology that would like, I don't know, just upload my brain and I have to trust that this is me, I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust you. But like I wouldn't do
What do
it
you mean?
because it feels so weird. Like,
Yeah.
if you're just like I upload your brain and then
Yeah.
like I'm here and I know like my brain is also there and like
So
then you're like I'm not gonna kill you because like you're in the computer
wait,
or something.
are you saying there's gonna be like 2 versions of you? Like you have to kill one of you?
No, but
or-
like if you upload your brain, theoretically there could be 2 versions of you. There
Yes.
could be your meat version and the uploaded
yes,
version.
yes.
But and that's I think like I don't know. I would have a bit of a problem with that. I like probably like if you really think about it philosophically, it doesn't make a difference. But I would much rather want to be like bit by bit, like just bit by bit converge to be technology. So like enhance your brain a bit. So, so you're like now I'm 1% technology.
Yeah, I think you and I are both like
even 10%.
Yeah, I think you and I are both very much on board with the cyborg situation.
Yeah.
Like let's fucking go. Like yo, wait a minute, I can squat 1,000 pounds. Fucking new legs, please.
And the thing is, if you just do it bit by bit, and also with the brain, like just okay now. 10% of my processing power work in silico, and and now it's 50%, and now it's like increase, and some point like 99% of your processing power happens in silico, and then you're like, well, this 1% I can kind of like at some point you can be like, yeah, well, I don't need this meat brain anymore, and then you are actually on the software.
Yeah.
And you also maybe I hope that you still keep your consciousness, because like if you just like upload.
So this is the dirty C word, right?
Yeah. But like if you do it bit by bit, you might realize if your consciousness is getting less or something, and like do something about it. I hope. I don't know.
I need to fucking start a timer on this.
On the podcast.
Yeah, no, because like I have to try and hit some like this is either a good thing or a really bad thing. Because like so I have like a target of like, okay, here I want to hit this many productive hours today, right? So like I have to keep track of the productive shit that I'm doing. Because people think I'm like super motivated and like I get shit done, but what people don't understand is like my default state is lazy as fuck. Like my default setting is not this. My default setting is like just fucking sit on the couch and just be miserable. I don't know why that is, but that's what it is. Anyway, sorry. Random tangent. Yeah, dude. Like what do you think? Do you think about the cyborg thing? Like what do you think the first thing would be? Like, because I would say, as far as I'm concerned, we are already. I would say we are pretty much cyborgs. Like I think of like technology as extensions of ourselves.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like this bottle. But I'm very general. I'm not very specific.
Look at my obsidian.
Exactly.
This is literally like for people listening, I have a note-taking system, and I literally I think now I crossed 10,000 notes in my obsidian, which is like crazy. So essentially the last 2 years, I use this as a part of my brain. So like my brain doesn't have to store stuff anymore because I store it in this obsidian, and my brain is just to make the connections between the stuff I store in this obsidian, which is like if you would take this away from me, it's literally like you would take a part of my brain, like because I use it so much. Like,
that's true.
But it's still something else. Like, I think it is similar. I actually thought about this as well when I was thinking about like personal identity philosophy. So like, what is me? Because like if you would cut my arm off, like it would still be me, but it would be a bit less of me because I have an arm less, you know?
Yeah.
If you would take my obsidian away, it would still be me, but it's a bit less me.
Yeah.
If you would destroy half of my brain, it would still be me, but like very much less.
Yeah,
like so you can like in a sense like even like my friends are part of me. Like if you would take away a person that's very important in my life, I'm still me, but like I'm a bit like there's a bit thing missing. If you take some memory away, you know, like
this is funny you should mention about people, right? Because like because I didn't think about this much until I realized like so like I've had relationships where like for example I've told the people like if you just disappeared tomorrow it would have no effect in my life whatsoever, and then I realized that's because these people actually don't matter to me. But then I realized there are people like that in my life who are like, if they disappear tomorrow, it would be a huge hit. Like there would be like a hit to my like a part of me would
like
be different.
Part of you would be missing now.
Exactly. It's gone now. Like, and I have to like, so actually this is something they observe with people who've been married for a really long time. They sort of like they take over like different tasks, like different cognitive tasks, and then so one of them is like not dead, like on vacation or something.
Yeah.
The other one's just like. I feel like there should be something happening right now, but I don't really know. Like something. What's going on right now?
Yeah. But that's like I think that's also the reason. Like when like some like a couple is married really long and one of them dies, the other one is
They die like very
quite
super
fast.
quite fast. It's like it's crazy. That's ridiculous.
Like you kind of merge.
Isn't it interesting? That, like, I think it's actually quite interesting that our brain is built to be scaled. Like it's sort of like not our brain but like our mind, because because like for example, I can't remember the study they did. They basically just used like a like your brain, for example, has no problem taking over like a third limb.
Yes.
Like if it shows up, like it's like, oh yeah, no problem. Like I can work with this, right? Like for example, if you think of like a game controller, right? This is not like a very like. Obviously, there are like things that are it's designed to be really well made, but the fact that you can like so effortlessly like just like boop,
keyboard,
whatever, mouse, like whatever it is, right? You can just take over this thing like no problem. I think it's really promising. I think it's a really good sign. Like we can add things to our body and like extensions that we can use later, like differently. I would love it like a
third arm,
a tail. That'd be amazing.
Like
hold my cup of coffee while I'm typing. Come on, man, give me the tail, dude.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Like with that, I'm asking like. I'm thinking like, where's the limit? Like, can you just add 100 arms, or is at some point you're like overloaded and your brain is like?
I think this is the point. Musk is like
trying to
do. It's like because like his point is like it's just the input-output bandwidth limitation, right? Like if we just make the band, because right now we have the mode output system for one output system, and we have like sensor system for input system. He's like, why don't we just like fucking bypass this bullshit and just go straight to the brain?
Put more input and more output.
More input output, right?
But at some point you have to increase the processing power, because if you have like.
Yeah, but the thing is like we don't know how like what's the cap of the brain's processing power.
But like. That there must be a cap, like just you can't
surely.
Like you can't be like
physically,
okay,
like a physical cap,
you could theoretically, like otherwise you could put like a whole spaceship and be like this spaceship, all the sensors of the spaceship are the input and all the actions that the spaceship does is like the output, and you're like a spaceship. True. The spaceship.
Yeah, true.
Going for space.
Like speaking of space, like I can't wait.
Or like you have 3 spaceships.
Dude, the thing is like space is amazing. Like I can talk about space forever. Like but space is amazing because like what I'm looking forward to is like when we finally start building things in space. Like because sending stuff pre-built into space is very hard. Like it's especially because like aerodynamics and all the other things. But if you can just like send stuff bit by bit and then build it in space, then there's no restriction on like what shape it should take, what it should look. It can be it can be a giant cube. It doesn't matter.
If you actually start like mining asteroids,
exactly. Like this is the kind of shit I'm like that kind of shit. Like when I think about that kind of shit, like and I think about that kind of shit as actually like there's no physical law that's preventing us from doing these things, right?
Nope.
And then I'm like, that's so exciting. That means like that gives, because like the alternative idea is like, nope, fuck it, we're done, we're here, we're not gonna go anywhere, we're gonna do anything. We should try.
No, but like the alternative idea is like we should try to become less people and like
nope. The thing is, even if I didn't agree, even if I agreed with that from a rational, purely like logical, okay, fine, let's say which I don't, by the way, because there's no good reason, there's no good argument for this. Let's say I did, okay, so the same I did, it just makes me depressed. Like it just makes me
like we're like at the cap.
Like oh, come on, man, like this is like it can be better than this. Like this is pretty good, but like it can do better. Anyway, longevity. So like right now, I think what do you think is the best? Like, I mean, there are motherfuckers who are regrowing limbs, bro. I don't think regrowing our limbs is gonna be that far away. I don't think it's that far at all.
Regrowing organs and stuff it's all coming. Like I think everything is not so far. Yeah. Because like the pace of discoveries is accelerating.
So like okay, so I looked it up. So the last time I looked up, like yesterday, the average lifespan of a male, for example, in the Netherlands is like Western Europe is like 81 years, right? Which is pretty good.
Yes.
But do you think we can push that to like 100, 110 with just like replacement parts, like just replacing heart, replacing your kidneys, replacing your liver, replacing your eyes? Like what parts of your body?
Ship of Theseus style.
Yeah, exactly, right? So like your shoulder, like look, we are already replaced. Like okay, what are the things we've been replacing for years now already? And joints, hips,
but like
knees. Yeah, dude, new stuff is really good. Yeah? Like new stuff is really good. Like they have all new alloys, like new ways of like getting the so like like the immune reaction. You can like deal with all those things. New, like you can like I'm not 100% sure about this, but I feel like the difference between getting your shoulder surgery or shoulder replaced or like a joint socket replaced now versus 15 years ago,
bro, like that must be big.
Big
like,
delta. I feel
I
like
don't
it's a
know,
big
but
delta.
but I think like especially if you like really take off, for example, your leg. Like let's say my knee is fucked,
Yeah.
and somebody like they would cut off my leg and put like a new knee, and like then I think there's a problem because. Like for example, when we do leg day, like there are so many hormones that are like like I think
I would exactly.
It's like super important for your regulation stuff. Like it's glucose, like the glucose can be go into the muscles, and if it's just a like prosthetic limb, like this isn't happening.
True. Yeah,
yet.
I wouldn't replace a like now. Imagine if you could so like like Michael Levin's work, right? Imagine you can just like fucking regrow, like imagine
regrow leg,
just like regrow, like okay, so imagine like your leg gets fucking your leg gets something happens to your leg, and you just fucking regrow it. Like I don't know how that would work. That would be crazy.
Like,
well, now the interesting question is now I've been training like I've been doing leg never skip leg day for 10 years, right? Like if I regrow my leg, will that leg like how would like what would the direct like. Would it regrow to being like fucking strong as shit, like same muscle mass, same everything? I have no idea.
I don't know what
because the frog
means.
So they did this in frogs, right? Like so they amputated the legs. So this is like one of the first papers Andre and I read in terms of like biology, right? It was ridiculous. Like it was like I have read science fiction books that are less ridiculous than this paper. Like. Honestly, it's crazy. Like it's so out of this world. Like for example, like because it's a biology paper. It's a hardcore biology paper. It was really hard to read because Andre and I we have no biology background, right? And even like just the sub steps, like the sub. So in the paper they basically have to outline every single little thing that they did in the lab, how much they used, what time they did it, where they put it, what they like from where they got it from. All has to be detailed, right? So even like a small sub-step is like the most exotic bullshit you've ever heard. It's like, yeah, so in this step, we used the silkworm thread imported from this lab in Japan that was generated by this methylation process. I'm like, what the fuck? Just like one step, right? And then you bring the comp. I'm like, it's crazy. But what they do is they basically amputated the frog's leg, right, surgically. And then they redo it. Like the frog can use it again, same sensations, everything.
So they didn't regrow it in a petri dish and put it on the
frog?
No.
Like the frog
actually regrew
the frog regrew it.
That's
right?
interesting.
So now the last I checked, they're doing it on mice to see if it works on like mammals and stuff. I feel like if that's great, and then like eventually it's gonna be human trials, right? Like eventually. This is Michael Levin's work. I will put like you should like check it out. I'm super excited about this because like I think it'd be really cool, for example, to replace. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think because my first thought was like eyes, right? Like eyes are really sort of kind of vulnerable. They go pretty fast. Like as you get older, like and like my grandma, everything. Like, dude, if I could give my grandmother a new body, and that's all she needs. Right, her brain, her memory, her like she's no dementia. She's 98. Okay.
Damn.
In every other shape and form, she's in perfect health, right?
But that's crazy,
right?
Wait, 98.
Holy shit. Yeah. So like I had a full conversation. Like she remember like I when I saw her when in Sri Lanka, she remembers everything I did from like when I was a little baby, right? How she come to our house, take care of me. I was like 30 years ago, okay? And like all kinds of shit, everything. Her history, her about her husband, like all of her kids. She would like, give me advice about like how to trust people, who not to trust. I'm like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
But her kidneys are fucked. She's 98 years old, and like I can't go to hospital and be like, yo, I need a kidney transplant. They'll be like, get the fuck out of here.
She's like 98. Yeah.
She's 98 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Her eyes are completely. She's not completely blind, but like she's nearly blind. Her hearing is perfect. She can hear just fine.
Okay, that's really good. Like that's super important.
Yeah, super important.
If you want to communicate.
Yeah, we can communicate. She can speak. Like everything's good. She can't just like move around by herself because she obviously didn't train. She didn't like. She knew. The thing is, what gives me really really good hope about like my genetics and my mom is that like my grandma has never worked out a day in her life.
Yeah.
I mean, she worked really hard. She raised 8 kids by herself. Like, because my grandfather died when they were like really young. Not by herself, but like she raised my grandfather. But anyway, she did all this by herself. She's been single since my grandfather died, and she did everything. And like, but she never rode a bike. She never hit a squat in her life. Like, you know, she doesn't know. Like, she never seen a kettlebell, right? So now, if I can take that now, genetically and everything, but her diet, everything has been amazing, dude. She doesn't take like cholesterol medication, fucking nothing, okay, and everything's fine. And I was like, okay, now I'm just like talking to him now. So I'm on my parents' ass, bro. You have no idea.
That they should start to train and stuff.
The thing is, their cardiovascular health is great because like my mom runs like 4 to 6K every week, on top of doing badminton 3 times a week. Damn. And now they do weights twice a week also.
Nice.
Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna probably like get them on metformin soon. Because like I can just I don't need to be a doctor there. I can just go to the pharmacy and be like, yo, fucking metformin now. And they'll be like, okay, here. So because like the evidence is really good. Like in terms of like, because they do eat a fair amount of carbohydrates. And like metformin in the longevity scene is not. It's not like there's not like. It's not something I would take. I don't know if Peter. I don't think Peter Deere takes it anymore. He used to take it a lot. I think he used to take it for a while. Mm-hmm. But just because my parents love so many carbs, I'm thinking about asking the doctor to put them on metformin. It's like they're not diabetic by any stretch of the imagination, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it. I don't know. Because it's like it's so cheap, and it's like almost the side effects are basically non-existent. So I was like, what the hell? Why not?
What's the risk?
Yeah, but now they're training, so like that's way better. So the lifting weights, playing badminton, and running. And my dad cycles this bike all the time, so I'm pretty happy. I have a feeling like they're gonna be around for a while. But you know, replacing body parts would be amazing. But like I don't know, like. I think I'm thinking, how far can we push it with just replacing body parts?
I think, like probably, like it's not gonna happen like this. Like it's not gonna be just replacing body parts. Like it's all gonna be like synergistic. Like they're gonna be drug discoveries, body, growing like new hearts and stuff. It's gonna all come like bit by bit, and like what I think is really crazy is like I figured out like in this old longevity aging scene, like. In the last like 10 years or something, they just got better at measuring aging. Yeah. But there was zero new molecules discovered that actually.
Do we have a good way? Do we have like I've heard mixed things about actually measuring this all the telomere length, all these things. I heard some. I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable about the actual like biological age thing. Mm-hmm. I know David Sinclair talks a lot about it.
Yeah.
But Peter Deere is not about the whole.
The thing is, all this it's like I think we have nothing that is like perfect, of course. Yeah. Like, and especially as soon as you turn something into a metric and then you try to optimize for this.
You game the metric.
Yeah, exactly. You know. Then you're like, okay, I know I have super long telomeres, but like I'm still an old fucker. Like, I don't know. Like it's not that. Like I think they are good like indicators, and like especially because we don't only have one like clock. Like you can have multiple and stuff. Clocks, so. As long as you, first of all, don't try to game them, and second of all, like see how it affects you in general, and if it has like in general effect, I think it can be useful. Like definitely, but like if like of course, if you say okay, it's all about your telomere length, then like then it's like I bet they can figure something out that makes the telomeres longer, but doesn't change anything.
So this is interesting. Like this is the same thing. Like have you heard of this thing? It's called Goodhart's law. No. It's basically like whenever you have a metric of something, and you turn this into a target, it stops being a good metric.
Yeah, exactly. This is.
So this is the same issue like with.
I didn't know that it was called this way. But
in academia, right? So when they started thinking, okay, if we want to see, we're going to measure how good a scientist is by the number of citations they have, number of papers they published, and then we're going to see how good a department is by the most high impact journals that they publish in. Mm-hmm. And then people are like, yeah, okay, it's just fucking just publish a bunch of papers that don't mean shit, don't do anything.
Yeah, just like at the right spot
Exactly.
at the right
And
time.
then you
so
like
many
you
people cite you.
you
and
you literally pick the people you want to do the referencing for you. Then you literally tell people to cite my paper a bunch of times, and like all of a sudden, yeah, look at me, my site score is amazing. Like,
yeah.
What have you done, bro? So yeah. Anyway, this is a problem. But anyway, but I'm super. I think this might be like. First of all, okay, let's do like a quick rundown, right? Like a too long didn't read of what we think is if we want to prolong our ability to stay useful and independent for as long as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, number one thing is what? I would say
Eat
exercise.
healthy, exercise and
Yeah.
eat healthy. Like it's
Yeah.
so simple. Like exercise, eat healthy, sleep good,
Yeah.
and especially like with exercise, like lift heavy shit, but also like train your.
Yeah, I saw this.
Train your view to max.
I saw this channel on YouTube. I can't. It's a channel or like a people who are doing something. It's called Lift Heavy Run Far.
Yeah,
And I was
like,
like,
that's
and I was like, this is good.
Summary.
Like this is pretty good actually.
Of course, you have to be careful. Like, you don't just lift heavy stuff like
Yeah.
without proper form and
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
yeah.
be careful with your joints, and
Yeah.
also like maybe don't run all the time because it's also super bad for your joints. Maybe better cycle or swim
Yeah.
or something.
Like switch things around.
Like,
Do
like,
things.
Oh, I think
Being active,
actually like diversity in both diet and exercise
Yes.
is super useful because
Yeah.
like I would love if life, like I know you even more than me, like if it was so simple that you could just do exactly the same exercise every day, eat exactly the same thing every day, and do exactly
I'd be very happy.
like just do it. But I like maybe at some point
True.
we will figure something out that
Yeah.
is like a food that is so optimal that you can actually eat the same thing. But for now, I would try to be as diverse as possible,
Yeah.
so you don't like hedge your bet like on one thing, but like actually try to
Yeah,
eat,
so now-
eat different
Okay,
things.
so
and, like,
so following what you
Yeah.
mentioned, like I thought about this like past few weeks because I wanted to like change my diet a bit.
mhm.
And first of all, so what's funny is like I have not paid attention to my saturated fat intake at all, right?
Mhm.
Because like because I really misunderstood this because I learned that your dietary cholesterol has almost no impact on your LDL, like the ApoB and LDL, right?
Mhm.
It has almost no impact, but that doesn't mean saturated fat has no impact, right? For some reason that those two things didn't just click. So I was like, oh, cholesterol is not a problem. So I just ate a bunch of shitty meat, right? Now, let's say there's a difference between eating like nice lean meat and there's a difference between eating ground beef because it's cheap as fuck, right?
Yeah.
So I fucked up on that end. But even that being the case, right? Even that I didn't care about this at all. I was eating like a half kilo and a half ish of ground beef a week, right? My ApoB is like normal, which is like the normal rate, like in the 50th percentile, let's say, right?
Yeah.
But
you
you
still
can
want to get it down.
but you can slam this, right? Like so. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna see how low. This is like, for example, about Peter Diaz's normal thing is normal ApoB numbers are without taking any medication for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna see, okay, and he pays attention to saturated fat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try now for like a 6 months to a year. Cause good thing is like you and I, we've measured this shit very early. Like you know, we have plenty of time to figure this shit out. If I can't get it down to like 60, I don't think I can. I don't think with diet alone you can get it down to like 50, 60 for the ApoB count. It's probably pretty hard. And then if I can't, I'll see what happens, see how low it can go, and then I'm for sure starting a set. Yeah. I want to slam the shit because like the evidence is great.
Like in Sri Lanka, you can get medicine.
Oh, for
cheap.
sure. Yeah, dude.
And when you go next time, I will
Bro,
give you a list.
Exactly,
Stuff.
exactly, dude. I'm telling you, you will cover the cost of flying there.
Just by bringing
Just
cheese
by bringing
and take medicine.
just bring cheese there and bring medicine back, dude. You can. I easily saved 400 euros on just medication.
Damn. How's it if you send packages? Like probably
You can't.
You can't.
No.
Yeah,
I tried that first.
Yeah.
They confiscated at immigration.
Yeah, well.
At the postal thing. But you can bring it on you for some reason. They don't really give a fuck.
Depends probably on the amount. Like if you have like a suitcase full
Yeah,
of
no,
pills,
yeah, that's a different
you'll
story.
be like,
yeah.
bro.
You can't just bring you can't bring a suitcase full of pills, right? It's like, like it has to clearly look like it's for personal use,
Yeah,
you know. So
yeah.
I bought a year's worth of medication,
Yeah.
and it looks almost it looks it's like a small box of
Yeah.
Right? It's not a big deal. But so I'm definitely considering getting on a blood cholesterol lowering medication. Then like that problem is like basically not going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Got to find something that has. But the thing is, we have like much better tools now, much newer ways of reducing it. So like there are minimal to no side effects of taking these things. So I'm gonna take. My dad doesn't take one right now because his cholesterol is totally fine. But I'm gonna put him up. I keep saying I'm a fucking doctor. I'm like, I'm gonna put him on this, put him on this, because like the doctors there fucking don't know shit. Like, okay, they're doctors, they know shit, right? Yeah. But in Sri Lanka, like, to be at least in this little domain, I'm way more up to date than these motherfuckers there, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
it depends. Like like on the groundwork they have more, but like in the
fucking, you know how annoying it was for me to go to the hospital and explain to them I want an oral glucose tolerance test, I want ApoB, and they were like, why? Like are you sick? Like I had to like explain, and then the oral glucose tolerance test, they do it one particular way, and I was like, no, I want it 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. They're like, yeah, we have to check with the lab if you can do this. I'm like, how does it make a difference? Just give it to me when I tell you. Oh my god, I had to like basically guide these motherfuckers how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, but it's totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
because they're used to seeing sick people, right? They're not used to seeing like
that's medicine nowadays.
They're not used to seeing like a clearly healthy, physically fit person coming and be like, hey, I want all these tests. They're like, what? Are you dying? Like what's going on? I'm like, no, man, I'm trying to avoid dying. That's the whole problem.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. Like, if you like look at what Peter Tia says and stuff, like it's not like I think even in Germany it's not so easy to get all this.
That's true.
Like it's.
So what about sources, right? Because like let's talk about this, right? Like you and I, we don't have the time, the back training or the background to evaluate. This is what I learned like really quickly, like some time ago. When I look at like a study, right? At like let's say let's assume by some miracle it's a double-blind placebo-controlled study in nutrition or somehow, right, or medication or whatever, which is fucking rare. But like you have to have sort of a good biochemical and biology background to be able to look at the paper and be like, okay, this paper, should I take this? Is this signal serious or is it not serious, right? Because like depending on the assumptions they made, depending on the statistical tests they use, who the fuck knows?
In the
exactly. Yeah. So who do you turn to for this kind of information? For me, it's like Huberman Lab, Peter Tia, Rhonda Patrick, Lane Norton.
I think like probably like actually mainly Peter Tia because like he really, I think he's really able to read.
Dude,
studies.
I love his podcast. Like I love
like sometimes they're so in depth that I'm like a bit like whoa.
It's amazing. like his for example the series on like for example anything to do with his cholesterol thing. Or cholesterol, or like anything, like, dude, you know what? At some point, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do like a year of just biology, just like, okay, I want to have a good, solid understanding. I don't think it will take even a year, like not even a year.
No, but you can also do it on the side, like bit by bit, learning. Like for example, I like because of my blood pressure, I like really went into this, and like this is the first step. You know, like, now I know a lot more about the cardiovascular system than I knew before. Yeah. Like and.
I went super. I went like this is a long time ago. I went all in on for example understanding cholesterol, but I completely fucked up and like did really miss this connection. Like fuck, I can't just eat a bunch of saturated fat. Like it's not gonna help. Yeah. But so like sources like in terms of sources, like Peter Tia is pretty good, right? Well, who else? And I think you should have a diversity of like and see like. If the same signal shows up in multiple places, it's quite a good sign, I think. Yeah,
the thing is like in the last month or something, I'm like much more like now focused on it. Like in the past, I was like always like, okay, what is this health thing, and like listening to this podcast and listening here and there, and now like my health is kind of like like my main thing is I try to eat as diverse as possible and like train as diverse as possible. And just exclude the things they say are bad. Like if they say it's bad to like whatever and also sleep as good as possible. And like how do I do it? Like okay, they say don't look at bright light in the last like 1 hour before you sleep or 2 hours. So I don't do that.
Yeah.
They say, okay, don't eat super shitty cheap meat. I don't know. Like, and I try. I tried to not do that.
Yeah.
Like they say, don't only run or something. So I because it's bad for your joints. Like, okay, I don't do that. And like, just exclude the stuff that you know is bad, and the rest try to like switch it up and like do whatever presents.
Yeah,
like it's not so hard. Like it's not like I'm measuring a lot of shit.
At a at a fundamental level, this is kind of shit that we've known for a long time. Like if you like exercise, if you eat well, and you have a diversity of friends,
but
things to do.
Yes, but also it gets clearer. I think.
No,
like,
for sure.
It's like
for sure. No.
Stuff
of
that
course. Like I just think it's funny. Like like it's also funny. For example, like some of the strength, and let's talk about strength and getting stronger. The things that people are getting into now, that they work, all this shit. This is the same shit people have been using for like decades.
But you think, because like, okay, maybe decades, but like, because
purely in terms of getting stronger and getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like we have like a lot of the fundamentals have not changed. Like for example, the like progressive overload. This is not going to change.
Okay.
Right?
But like, I mean, even like all that only came up like literally like maybe 70, 80 years ago. Like they're
70, 80 years ago.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean like people
bodybuilding and stuff.
People are big and fucking strong for a long time, bro. 70 years ago for sure. You're right.
But like not earlier. Like for example, like what they always say is like we have data of lifelong endurance athletes, but like lifelong strength training just starts to emerge.
Recently,
like it's just like just now people that really train for all their lives are coming. So just now we're getting this data. But like
True.
I don't know, like I think all those things are like nice and interesting. But in the end, if you really want to solve aging and like really literally want to stop aging, we have to find something new. It can't be like you're not gonna immortal by train and eat well, and sleep well. Like
no, for sure.
Like that maybe gives you like a few extra years, and it's good, and I do that. But like that is not. Like
it gives you longer to figure this problem out.
Exactly, but that's not the breakthrough. Like it's not like if I would optimize everything for like perfect sleep, perfect
you still
training,
die with like 85,
like I will maybe make it to 105. Like if I do everything like perfect. But like definitely you have to do 1000. Like no chance.
No chance.
So to get to 1000, we have to like either figure like we have to figure out how we can simulate the whole body, like maybe, or we have to figure out how to develop medicine super fast and super good and super specific. Like maybe at some point.
AI is something that can help with coming up with shit super fast.
Yeah, man. Like I'm so excited. Like at the point where you can just like where you have like a toilet that's always like checking your like your stool and like you take like blood tests every day. You go like saliva tests and like the AI just like spits out this pill that is like, well, this is exactly
like do you think like a couple of things there? Like do you think like do you think labs at home are gonna be a thing soon?
Yes.
Like I think it's gonna get to a point where it's pretty affordable to have like a small little lab in your kitchen where you just like go and do a blood test. And
that's just like bit by bit it will all like I definitely
that would be cool.
Like that would be so cool.
That would be so fucking cool. Like
I will spend so much money on this.
like a microwave sized little thing. Like you put in your kitchen.
Just do blood tests like every second
day
you
want.
Or something.
It's like you can only just give a bit of blood and it'll tell you, okay, here's the thing.
I'm like just now like with my Apple Watch, it's just like tracking my sleep and like tracking my heart rate variability.
Which version of the Apple Watch is that?
I actually don't know. It's like it's the one with the good sensor.
When did you get it?
Like 2 years ago or something. Okay. But it's super cool because now I can look like literally the last 2 years and see my sleep. Yeah,
I don't know. Like I need one. I need something because like I feel like looking at the group, I'm like I'm such a basic bitch.
For people listening, the group we're talking about, there's like a longevity group that we are part of that is in the Netherlands of like people that are super into longevity and they are like it's super cool. It's like when we found them, it's like I'm so happy because like. Actually, this first time I meet like or not first time, but like really group of people super dedicated to something that is super big for me, and they track everything, and they like of course not all of them, but like some of them.
I'm probably the least tracky person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, because like I don't have any of the gear.
Yeah.
So I just like track. I just like I just like I look in the mirror. How do I look? If you look okay. Go in the gym. How to lift some weights? How am I lifting? Lifting pretty good.
Okay.
Go on the bike. Ride far. How fast? Pretty fast.
Okay. Yeah. Don't know how fast, but pretty fast.
I'm pretty fast. That's okay. But it has to be more specific. But
Yeah. Like
at home lab would be amazing.
I would like what I was thinking about, like what I would love to build,
Yeah.
like or what I would love to have is like an app that just takes all your data, and all your life data. So the thing is, it's super hard. You don't want to spend all your time tracking shit.
Yeah.
But like, if for example you write diary and an AI whatever extracts like tags from it. So for example, like the coolest, like the optimum would be if for somehow like maybe you wear like some glasses and the AI tracks shit you do. So it like says exactly, okay, at that time you ate this type of stuff and like you went to toilet this often and like whatever and then it starts extracting from there, like, hey, for example, like maybe at some point it says to you like, bro, like, when you drink milk, like you kind of have like a bit more diarrhea, like maybe you should like maybe you should bro, I think like
someone's listening to this and like they can't figure out why drinking milk causes diarrhea.
But
this is a solved problem.
Okay, I think maybe that was a too obvious example.
I know what you mean.
This is this is an obvious one. But like there may be super non-obvious one. For example, like whenever you eat after 8, like you sleep super bad.
Yeah, this is like,
or like whenever like
this is actually so part of why something like Transformers is interesting is because you don't actually have to know where the pattern is. You just fucking throw this massive thing at it, massive amount of data at it. And so, this is sort of like sort of underlying like a lot of what Google's philosophy is, right? It's like, okay, let's just fucking collect as much of we don't know. The thing is, before we like what we need right now, it's an AI that will tell you what data it needs, right? Now, if you could solve that problem, you have basically, I think that would be like a big metric. Like if I can say, because right now, even for us to train, let's say, a machine learning model, we have to first look at the world and think, okay, this feature might be interesting, right? Now imagine if you have like a pair of glasses on your, or like you put two contact lenses in your eyes that records every second of every day of your life. You're going around, what you're eating, what you're talking about, and then you pump all of this. Basically, you pump everything, all of your experience, like your eyes. Then you have a sensor on your body that measures your heart rate, your skin temperature, your blood glucose, your blod pressure, everything.
Like everything.
You pump this entire fucking thing. This is all time series data, right?
Yeah.
You take this entire thing and you pump it through an AI.
And,
But then, like, what is the optimization you're gonna do? Like, I think we can do this, but like I don't know.
I think. In general,
what's the objective?
Like you could like theoretically for now you could just use statistics, like as long because like just basic statistics. If you tag your days and like, okay, on that day I went to sauna, on that day I trained legs, on that day I went for a run, like whatever, and then it says like, well, on days you go to a sauna you sleep like much better, or let's say okay, on days you go to a sauna you sleep like shit, you recover super bad. So maybe you have a problem.
I'm curious if you can just like if you put all the data and like get like some sort of output and then just like show it to a LLM. If it'll just be like, oh, actually, if I see that blah blah blah. But like
I don't know. Like,
I don't know if it's that smart.
Like
I don't know if it's that smart.
Perfect. Like the thing is, just some statistics. Like there are apps out there to do that.
Yeah.
But like it is super annoying to track everything. Like as soon as tracking is super easy, like I would love to have this.
Yeah.
Like I would love to like just shitloads of data, like all the data and make it, because like it would be so useful.
Have you considered a CGM or a continuous glucose monitor? Like, does it matter to you?
Yes, I have, but it's super expensive, and I'm
Is
like,
it?
oh, it's like more than $100 per month or something.
A month?
Yes.
Whoa.
So I'm like,
I can replace that fucking thing, I think.
Yes. So I'm like, well, like also I think you don't need it always. So
Yeah.
it's like enough if you do it like for a few months, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to do it for a year, and after a year you do it again, just so you get a sense of it. And I definitely considered it, but I was like, well, it's kind of very expensive.
So per month,
I'm maybe going to try for like a few months or something, like, but not like not all the time.
I saw people talking about a recovery score. Like, what the hell is this?
I have this for like I can tell you my recovery score right now. Like,
how does this work?
Like, okay, so I have like my Apple Watch is tracking my heart rate. Yeah. And by that also my resting heart rate. So resting heart rate is just like if you don't do anything and you just sit, like what's kind of the lowest heart rate you get when you just like chill. And it also records your heart rate variability. And heart rate variability, you know where this is?
Yeah.
So,
but can it actually capture this? That's my only concern. Can it actually catch heart rate variability? Because like because you need like some medical grade shit to catch heart rate variability.
like actually, like probably there is like some inaccuracy, but I can literally do like ECG with my Apple Watch. Like I can like it's quite good, I think.
Yeah, I don't know about
like
this.
and they get it quite good, and you can see like if your heart rate variability is high, and if you rest, like that is how the app that I use calculates it. Like they use heart rate variability and resting heart rate.
Okay.
And from that, like if you are super like heart rate variability, it shows like how well your body is at switching between like parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So like how balanced your body is, because like when you breathe in, your heart is beating faster. If you breathe out, your heart is beating slower. And like what is the difference between that? That is your heart rate variability. So how it varies. Like it's really crazy. Like sometimes I can measure on my watch and I see like my heart rate literally going from 70 beats per minute to 50. 70, 50. Like whenever I breathe in, it's at 70. When I breathe out, it's at 50. Like, which is quite a big jump. It's like with every breath, it's like 70, 50, 70, 50. Yeah. And like you can see if your heart rate variability is like lower than average and your resting heart rate is lower than average, your cardiovascular system is not good, is not well recovered. So if you do like super hard, like if I would run like a marathon today, or if I would do like super hard rowing sessions, then probably on the next day my recovery would be bad. So my heart rate variability.
So how does
it
use?
low.
How do you use that value to adjust your behavior? What changes?
So I don't use it a ton. Like I would use it like, for example, if I see like, okay, my heart rate variability is decreasing and my resting heart rate is increasing, then like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. Or like either I'm training too much. If I'm not training a lot, then it would mean like there's something wrong here. Like, so I have to check something out. Maybe I have like some, like, I don't know, whatever, like parasite, I don't know, like something that fucks my body up. Yeah. But like you could use it, like, because it also gives you your exertion score, like how hard the day was for your for your day. So it's like a ring, and it's like from 0 to 100, and you see like by looking at your recovery, it tells you like how far you can go on that day. So if you like super bad recovery, it says like, bro, make a chill day, so only like keep in the like 1 to like 3 exertion. But if you like super well recovered, it's like go for it. And like you could use that to decide like how hard you train every day. But for me, like most of the time, I'm not reaching like my like the full, like, because it's super hard. Like you have to do like 2 hours of like hard work to get like to like 8 exertion, like, and like 2 hours of like super hard rowing, and or like you don't do that. Like if you go like only chill, then you have to probably do like 5 hours or something. And like I also have to work. Like I'm sitting in the library working. Like there's so how I use it to inform my behavior is mainly like to see if something is up. Yeah. And it's, I feel like in the moment it's like also like more of a gimmick that is like, it's interesting to see. Yeah. Like especially your heart rate variability, you know, like how well you sleep is how well you're recovered and stuff. But in the end, I will still train legs with you on Sundays. Yeah, so like true, it's not that I will be like, well, Udesh, I'm not good recovered today.
No,
so
you know, one thing I have learned, I think I'm definitely going to incorporate, is like that I've been sort of like arrogant or like annoying about, is like even when I'm feeling like, even when I know for a fact that I'm sick, like I have a cold or have a flu, I still go and train because I think like, no man, fucking man up, just fucking.
Yeah.
This is a bad idea.
Maybe you should be careful then.
I have learned that actually this it just makes it even longer for you to recover fully from your illness.
I think that's also shit that it shows you. Like, for example, like if you have a cold, it will probably show you like, man, you're really bad rested. Like, also it shows you, like, what I think is really interesting is like to see your sleep. Yeah. And because like you don't really know how well you slept. Like,
you have no
idea. But if you look at the thing and it tells you, bro, you only slept like 6 hours and you woke up like so many times, but you don't, you forget it. You wake up, you sleep again. You wake up, you sleep again. You forget about it. But that's like, I think that's actually something good to see. Like,
so like a new Apple Watch is like €500.
Man, I bought mine for like 190. Like,
I mean, like the newer one, I don't know what the hell it has for it to cost that much. But like, that's a lot of like, I don't know. If it's,
the thing is, I have all my shit used.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like my MacBook is used. And I have super good stuff, and I got it super cheap because like, you just have to search a bit. But
I need like the thing is, I'm also worried about like adding more shit to measure in my life because like the kind of person I am, like I'll fucking start obsessing over this shit. And I'll be like, okay, what the fuck? I'll go to sleep the next day. Like, for example, I'll get nervous about going to sleep. Like, fuck, like I want to have a good sleep score.
Yeah, but I think with that, if you're like really nervous, you should just like make a rule or something. Like I just check my sleep scores once a week. Yeah. So like once a week, and you look back on your week and you reflect. Like, wait, on that day I had bad sleep. I didn't know it on that day, but like now I know it, and I know that on that day maybe I ate super late. So next week I should not do that, or I ate super much in the evening. So I maybe should like be like a bit careful about that, and like maybe that makes it a little bit less. But it's actually like a phenomenon that people that track, like especially they sleep too much, that they're like
a little more
like you actually sleep worse because like the first thing you do in the morning is like I have to look at my phone,
like
how well did I sleep? And you're like, oh fuck, or
true.
like, oh yes, I have new like whatever, and like so I think probably should find a balance with it.
Yeah. So like what have you like, so have you done? I mean, so the conference, you're not gonna you said you're gonna email a bunch of people, or what's the deal?
What
so the conference for the longevity conference.
Yes.
You emailed a bunch of people, right, to see how you can get there or not?
Yes. So for people listening, I wanted to join the conference about longevity. It's
what's it called, by the way?
Like something like
lift heavy, run far.
No.
It's
like aging research and drug discovery. Like so ARDD 2024. And it's in Stockholm, and I really want to join it. And like I was like yesterday was like for people listening, I was really thinking like, oh, can I do it, because it's like €500, like, so it's like kind of expensive, and then also the travel there and like the housing, so it will be in total like €900 or something. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of money, like just for like 5 days. But it's really the field I want to work in, and they're really top-notch people, and I'm like so in the evening I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So so essentially what I do is I go like look on LinkedIn, like to just see some people, because I also wanted to ask if like maybe I can have some support task and like maybe get a discount or something. And what I see is like, oh well, registration closed. Like they closed early because apparently they had like too many people booked or something. So now I sent like to the organizer and like to like just the email address of them, I sent like a long email and being like, yo, can I like take part as like an organization? Like I really want to learn, I really want to see those people, and I hope that they allow me. Otherwise I will ask, like, maybe if they can waitlist me or something, or
it's okay, like, but your time will
find
come.
a way.
Don't
Yes,
worry about
exactly.
it. It's okay.
Like
Don't worry about it. Like in terms of AI and drug discovery, like is the AI stuff more towards drug discovery so far? Like what's the situation?
So in drug discovery, many companies still use like quite old shit. Like the thing is, drug discovery is crazy hard. Like it's like to discover a drug, it takes like 12 years. Like and even that, like it has like a 90% failure rate. Like even if you already,
it takes long and it's expensive,
like,
and it's very expensive as fuck.
Super expensive, and it has super low success rate. So like it's like a gamble every time. And also like those pharma companies, they are like many of them still like they're super bureaucratic, and like very slow and stuff. And so this guy, Alexander, whatever, he has a company that's called In Silico Medicine, and they do AI and drug discovery together. So what they do, they have like multiple AI softwares, like first to discover like the target for disease, and then to discover like it's like general adversarial networks. They use to try to. It's like something similar to stable diffusion stuff.
Like deepfake some
deepfake of molecules.
Yeah.
Like you just like it just generates molecules and like then tests like how well they would like maybe help against
the
this.
ligands and stuff.
Exactly. And in the end they use this to have like super good guesses of molecules, and then they also have like different like they have this not only for like the like target, but also like for the medicine, and then they can they have software to test like how likely a molecule is to have an effect on like how likely it is to be successful in human trials. And so they can have like a success rate. And
I'm curious. Like I'm also
like speed up.
Dude, I'm curious about that entire pipeline of things. Like for example, first generating the candidate molecules, right? Like candidate drugs and stuff. And the second thing, you have to like simulate them somehow in some environment to see if it works, right? That part is also super interesting. Like at what level do you need to be accurate to have a good simulation? Like at the physics level, at the chemistry level, at the biology level, like what's the like where is this necessary, right? Like, and that's a whole other thing. You have to like work a bunch on it.
The thing is like it is super. Oh, there are dogs right here. We record outside. Like it is super hard, but they like what they try is to just give essentially like a success, like to use AI to have like more confidence in like how likely a thing is to succeed, and like to also have reasons. And like I think it's super smart to use AI in that area, and like if you really step it up, like
can we? I think this whole field would benefit from just like AI. We just call it machine learning mostly, right? Like because AI is much bit broader than that. I mean, I don't give a fuck. It's just some bullshit.
What is AI? What is not machine learning?
Like, so machine learning is sort of like the big workhorse right now in terms of getting intelligent like behavior, right? Yeah. But this is not all of artificial intelligence.
But what is AI that is not machine learning?
Right now, nothing.
Okay. but like in theory.
Like in theory, so for example, let's say Deep Blue, right? The first chess who beat chess. There was almost no machine learning there. I don't think there was any machine learning there. It was all just brute force search. Like you just search and make decisions and like evaluate choices based on like giving them how good this position is, and like choosing and making decisions. This is like also a big part of machine learning.
AI. But like, so
I don't want to mistake, but I'm like I want to say I'm like 90% confident that there was no machine learning in Deep Blue whatsoever.
You can
look this up right now. Let me ask GPT. It's funny, dude. Isn't this crazy? Isn't this like what a time to be alive, right? It's like I'll just like pull up my phone, ask an AI model about AI, like tell me more about this AI thing that I want to know about. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's like so like the book that I gave you, the AI
modern approaches to AI. Yes.
The learning is like a small little
machine learning.
Yeah, machine learning is like one chapter in that thick ass book.
Yeah.
Right, but which is all the other things, right? But machine learning. So, for example, Boston Dynamics, a lot of that stuff, straight up control theory, like no reinforcement learning,
like actually programming the formulas and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like there's some conflation here, people, because like now. Because the word AI is in everything, bro. Even in Sri Lanka, like I literally grabbed a random newspaper, like my dad's newspaper on the coffee table, and opened it. It's like just the future of AI in Sri Lanka. I'm like, what? You guys can't even build roads properly. Like, what are you? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but like, okay, I think then probably they use mainly machine learning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being an asshole about this. It doesn't make a difference.
No, but it's in the end, like maybe it does. Like as soon as we.
Let me ask the perplexity
yes.
and ask ChatGPT the same question. Let's see who was this. Was there any machine learning used in Deep Blue? I don't think there was. But let's see. Let's ask perplexity. What's perplexity? Deep Blue's use of machine learning was limited and not central to its chess playing ability. Nice. And ChatGPT, what does it say? I'm sure it'll say the same thing.
Probably the same thing, but just without sources.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
No worries.
But they use a lot of machine learning.
And the thing is, if you can actually automate this, like right now, as I said, like in the last 10 years, there was after rapamycin, there was no new molecule for aging rediscovered, which is crazy. We think we make so much progress, but zero. So zero new molecules.
The main effect of rapamycin is to the mTOR, right? So it suppresses the I mean, isn't this the whole thing why Sinclair is don't eat protein, fucking shut down the mTOR signaling pathway as much as possible.
The thing is,
or something.
What I know is rapamycin really extends lifespan.
Yeah.
So
why don't we take it all the time? Why don't we all take it?
I think it has probably some other mTOR wasn't. I
think the mTOR is the main thing.
I don't know enough to make.
You know what's annoying about what's annoying to me? What's annoying to me about David Sinclair is on the one hand, he looks like a child. Yeah. Which is probably a good sign. Right? But on the second hand, he looks like a child. It's just the dude clearly doesn't lift or train or anything.
Yes, but
he looks like a baby. Which is great, I think.
His point is eat less, get your body into preservation mode, not into
growth mode. Yeah,
basically. We're not exactly.
I'm not thinking about this.
But this he's by the way on the conference. I want to go to.
Exactly.
He's giving a talk there, and
David Sinclair. He looks. This motherfucker doesn't age, bro. He looks exactly the same. I looked as I remember him looking 5-6 years ago.
So for people listening, by the way, David Sinclair is quite a famous aging researcher. He wrote a really good book that is called Outlive.
Yeah.
No, wait. Lifespan.
Outlive is Peter.
Lifespan was exactly, and he has he's hardcore Harvard.
Yeah. So the internet says he takes NMN, resveratrol, metformin, spermidine, some other shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I was him, and I was I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if this guy is literally a vampire. Just literally at night goes out, finds young people and sucks the youth out of them. I would not be surprised.
No, that's
Isn't that crazy though? Think about some of the myths that we have are they're vicious. They're we wish we could be like this. Some the whole vampire myth, right? Mm-hmm. This is all over the world, right? And what do? They live forever. And how they live forever? They
drink
suck.
Young people's
they drink blood, and they preferably young people's blood apparently.
Yeah.
And now motherfuckers are let's take some mice, put some young blood in this mouse, and see what happens.
Actually,
ooh, awkward. It actually kind of works, guys. What are you gonna do? But I don't know. I honestly don't know if this is.
But I don't see the problem with that. The thing is, first of all, at some point we can probably make blood. Yeah. We can literally probably produce it. Maybe now not, but I can donate blood. It's not donating blood is not a problem. I think it's even healthy to donate blood as a young person. And when I'm in Germany, I always donate blood. They actually give you money for that. You get $30 for donating blood. So it's I go with my brother or with my friends or with my mom or something, and we donate blood. And if you can do this, and then people take this blood to be a bit younger, to have I don't see the problem.
There are some companies. Some companies have attempted to commercialize young blood transfusions. Most notably, a startup called Ambrosia offered young blood transfusions for $8,000 a liter. What?
I would give a liter.
Bro. What? The actual fuck?
You can, you donate, I think you donate 1 liter or 500 milliliters. I'm not sure. But 1 liter or 500 milliliters, and you can do it every 2 months. And
Damn,
like when
that's
I'm in
crazy.
Germany, I do that. Like, and you get $30. So if they would give me like 1K, like
Lung blood transfusions, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I hear Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
He did it with his father and with his son. So
Oh,
like
really?
literally like
Interesting.
they went together to like a clinic.
Yeah.
And like he got blood from his son, and some of his blood he gave to his father.
This is the game. This is the game. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is the game. This is the key to 150. This is the key. This is the key.
I don't like.
Come on, bro.
Like
Let's make it happen.
all those things are gonna stack up, but in the end, what we need is not like not even one pill. Like there's not gonna be one pill, but like what we need is a way to produce new pills. Like to have a pipeline that it not takes fucking 12 years to develop one new pill, but like that you can actually have like large scale like progress.
Like industrialized, like basically
like
what you want is like industrialized discovery. Like,
yes, exactly.
Like a basically like a fucking like a what do you call it? Like a factory, like you know, like an assembly line of like boom,
yeah,
boom,
yeah. That
like
makes
discovery.
Exactly. And with that, like we have to because one molecule is gonna solve one problem maybe.
Yeah.
But
and then the environment is always changing. You
exactly.
Know,
But like if you are able, like for example, if we would be able to perfectly simulate the body, that would be like so amazing because we could just simulate like what molecules do on the body.
Yeah,
like,
but it's really hard.
But like
it's an impossible problem. It's crazy. like you know, it's the amount of variation in that problem is crazy. Like there's variation between you today and you tomorrow and you after.
Yeah.
And there's variation between other people today, tomorrow, day after.
Yeah, you and other people.
Holy fuck, man. It's like, you know, considering the combinatorial space of possible ways of existing, evolution is fucking ridiculous. Like the fact that over so many billions of years, like the space of possible outcomes has been like narrowed down so far to the point to this, right?
But it makes sense. Like
a lot of things work pretty well, but you know, there are some design problems like that might not have been done better. Like putting the place that you breathe and you eat at the same in the same thing. It's maybe not ideal, but clearly it's worked enough.
Having a tongue that folds back and like makes you snore. Like,
Well, there are problems, but you know, we can solve these problems.
It's trade-offs.
But it gave us in exchange we got high intelligence. Like this is okay.
Well, like it's like the thing is, like it makes sense. Like how it makes super much sense. And like now we can slowly, like what we said in the beginning, like we can slowly start to become cyborgs and slowly start to improve here.
I would keep my body as long as I can because like you know I like training. You get like all this feeling from it. You get all this feedback, right?
Yes.
But then you know at some point if I just can't
if you have like pain in your joints, like why don't you get like super crazy legs that make you jump like 10 meters high? Like it's so fucking cool. You can jump 10 meters high.
Yeah, exactly. After like I maxed out my like legs and like okay, this is it. You know?
Yeah, like the joints are fucked.
The doctor's like
enough squatting.
Doctor's like, bro, look, listen. You're not gonna squat anymore,
or like not even like let's like it just starts hurting to walk. You will
then like fuck this, bro.
Like,
you just give me the legs.
Like now I would take the.
I mean, to be fair, like I mean, there's also work happening with like what we want is cyborg legs, but for them also to be biological somehow. So they also respond to training. They also respond and they have basically you don't feel it's like you have a new leg, but you just have to train it again. I feel like even if we grow a new leg, it would be difficult to transfer the experience of like training to it. Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I mean, I don't know how any of this shit would work. But like, what the hell do I know? But imagine you have just like a normal leg. Imagine I had the same leg I had 10 years ago. I'd be like, fuck. I have to train this motherfucking thing again. Holy shit, that's a pain in the ass. But then at least you have a new leg. But I don't know. Would you get both legs replaced? Because one leg is fucking huge and one leg is really small. What the fuck is this?
But I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the cyborg legs.
The thing is
also far away.
The thing is I think mostly it's a joint. Like I think your skeletal muscle is pretty okay. But then if you can get it to stop fucking decaying and aging.
Yeah, I think joints and stuff.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, here I want to talk to you about how you smashed how you managed to finish 5 courses in 3 weeks.
It was not 3 weeks, but
How many weeks? How many? Okay,
okay. So I started in it was essentially like 2 months.
Okay, 2 months.
And like it was so what I did was I'm studying psychology. For people listening, like I'm decided to switch to cognitive science and artificial intelligence, and I did that quite like I knew that I wanted to switch, but I thought that I'm just going to switch after this year.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to just focus on my podcast, like do like shitloads of podcasts and stuff. And like at some point I was like literally like 1 month before the exam started, I did nothing. Like I went to like nothing. And like 1 month before the exam started, I was like, wow, actually, I think like because I wasn't doing that many podcasts anymore because I wanted like my decision was, okay, podcasting, it's cool, but I don't think that I want to do it as my main thing. I want to like actually be able to like make impact, like actually learn coding, actually become like good at stuff. So 1 month before the exams, I was like, well, I want to do those exams, and like I'm just gonna see how many I can do. So I was like, well, I can't manage to do all those courses for which I've done nothing in this short of a time, like because like I literally I didn't went to any lecture, like so I split them up to do some of them in the main exam, and some of them like I don't even go to the main exam, but I just go to the resit, and then I just started grinding it out for like this 1 month till the normal exams, and then another month till the resits.
So you have
and I also had some psychology exams.
Yeah, so you have basically you took so okay, for example, for every exam there's a resit opportunity.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
So for some courses you went straight for the resit.
Yes, exactly.
And some courses you went for the normal
for the main
exam.
one. Yeah, exactly. Because like if I would have done all the ones in the main one, I wouldn't have enough time. Maybe I would have enough time to like pass them, but like definitely not with the grades.
So which ones did you go for the main one?
So main one I went for. The problem is that I also did like statistics for psychology as like I had some psychology courses still, and that's why I couldn't do calculus. So like calculus I did later.
Yeah.
I started with knowledge representation, intro to AI, and statistics for psychology and statistics for CSAI.
Yeah. So that's one. Okay.
So yeah, statistics for cognitive science, artificial intelligence, and that's also useful because if you do both statistics courses at once, like you already know the stuff. So those 4 courses I did in the main ones, and then language LCC, so language, cognition, and computation, and like calculus. Like calculus is actually 2 exams. So I did both resits. So it was perfectly like it was perfectly managed in like that, because I split my time in perfect ways. So I like for every exam I had like for every course I had like 1 week, a bit more than 1 week, like maybe 2. Like for calculus I took 2. Like for the harder ones I took a bit more time, and it was always like right before the exam. For example, LCC, like I literally did nothing till like 6 days before the resit, or like okay, let's say like maybe 8 days before the resit, and then I just like I didn't even know what LCC is about, like language, cognition, computation, like I like no idea. And then like 8 days before the resit, so people are like already done with this course. I was like, well, let's start with lecture number 1.
Okay, nice.
So I watched lecture number 1. I went through all the lectures, and I was like, I just like barely managed, like on the last day before the exam, like actually nearly all my exams, like on the last day before I was like, damn, can I really do it? And I managed like in like perfect, like my grades are really good, like I have 9.5 in 4 of the course, and LCC I have my worst grade is 9. So it's like in all the other courses I have 9.5 out of 10.
So how did you study for SSC? For example, SSC, like what was the approach?
So as I said, I
so
have
8 hours, 8 days, how many hours a day do you spend on this?
The thing is, what is interesting, so I work like, for example, calculus. I had to go really, I can start with this. Like I had to go really hard because I realized like I'm really good at math and stuff, but I didn't do it for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So in high school, I was like I was so good at it. Like I was flying through exams. Like it's the most pleasurable thing I can imagine to write like a math exam. It's just pure pleasure for me.
Yeah.
And but when I started with calculus, I realized like, whoa, I have to go through all the basics again because I forgot them. And like that's no problem. But like if you only have 1 week till the exam and you're like, well, I forgot all the basics, you're like, oh, I have to hurry. Yeah. So like in calculus, like I actually like I set the new record for myself of working for in 7 executive days. I worked for in total like 72 hours. Like
that's a lot.
in 7 days, which is like more than 10 hours a day, and I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like work in the sense of like
I know
like I'm not 72 hours in library.
This is like 72 hours of like sitting and doing shit.
Exactly. Like every toilet break is not counted.
I understand.
Like every time I stand up from my desk is not counted. And like I did hardcore. Like I had a day where I did like more than 12 hours of work. Like which is. Like,
so this is like straight like like this is I know exactly how you feel like because I've also done this before, and like it's so much fun,
man. Like, it feels so good
because you have this target and you have this short timeline.
Yes, and you can't slip. You have to be like
you can't slip. You can't slip. You like that's the thing. Like you have to sort of like it's like you have to like really bob and weave and like take like get the hits.
And
it's crazy.
You know what's so funny? Like for my second calculus exam, I had too much time, so I had like 1.5 weeks or something till the exam. Yeah. And I knew like if I start now, like it's gonna be no problem for me to finish everything. Yeah. So like literally I started doing like minor shit, like not minor, like other tasks that are important for like 3-4 days till I was like, fuck, I only have like 5 days left to do like the whole second course of the semester. So now I had a lot of pressure, and then it just feels like it feels so good. Like it feels like I don't know. I feel so fast. I don't know. Like it's like I'm sitting in a race car when like I'm in library and I'm like I have to understand like all this shit super fast. And like especially like this, like my last calculus exam, like this was the like crazy perfect, because you have to imagine like literally half an hour before the exam started, I finished my last lecture. Yeah. And I was like, damn. like I had to stand up early on that day to finish like to finish last lecture and do the practice exam also. Okay, so half an hour before I finished with the practice exam and the last lecture, and I was so peak performance in the like I went into this exam and I was like no matter what he brings,
there's
I'm
something
gonna crush it.
Like
I know that I'm
like
gonna
there's
crush
something
it.
there's something very 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 different when you're like when for the entire week before you do this thing, all you have thought about, all you have done,
I dreamed
you
about,
dreamed about. I know, this is okay. This is the same approach I take to exams. It's like okay, no, like because like if for example if there's like a project I have to do, I will basically just ignore the lectures. I just ignore the lectures because like, you know what, a week or 2 before the exams I will go through all the lectures. Yes. And I just focus on the project, do a really good project, and then like there's an exam, and then I like and also like our department is quite flexible, and they also like don't stack exams together too closely. They give you like time between exams to like really them. So I love this, like being able to like, just think about one thing for a week at a time, and then just like go in there and just demolish that shit.
And like for me, I went to the calculus exam and I was like, I am so ready. Like there's like there was like,
dude, I walk in there like I'm walking to a fight. Like, you know, let's fucking go, bro.
And the thing is, it feels so like, especially like I remember my like my German high school, like I had like the math major, so we did a lot of math. Like, so actually a lot of shit we learned in calculus, like I already had done, and like I was also like I don't know, my brain is kind of, it works so good with math. So I was going through that exam, and it was like a 5-hour exam, and it was like pleasureful.
5-hour exam?
Okay, like.
Oh, you mean the high school? Not
high school.
Okay,
not here. But like it was just like like pleasure, you know, like it was just like it was such an amazing day. I was just sitting there and I know how it works. I'm like kill this exercise, kill this task.
Dude, I know how you feel.
Like it feels so good. Dude, and you go out there and you're like, oh,
dude, like I remember the calculus final. I fucking smashed that shit. And then people are asking me like, they're like, yo, what do you think of this question? How did it go about what you know this question? I'm like, I don't remember the question. I think I walked in there, it's kind of like blacked out and like and like my hand just like took over and it's like I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm done. Just walked out of there like, okay, easy peasy. Like so for calculus, did you grind a bunch of questions, like you do questions all over again, or how did you do this?
Yes, so because I had like very limited time, like the thing is I couldn't like. My grade tells me that I couldn't really have prepared better because like I have 9.5, which is like 10 is the highest grade, and like 9.5 this is like I like change the minus with a plus somewhere and that's why I have 9.5, you know. So it's so I prepared optimally, but because I didn't have so much time, I didn't even do so many exercises because I barely managed to go through the lectures, and then. But whenever there was an exercise in the lecture, I tried to do it before he explained it. So I really like if like the lecturer is called Giacomo, and if he puts like an exercise that he's gonna explain, I try to do it like I stop the lecture and I try to do it before he even explains it, and I try to come up with a solution myself. And then I just go like normal through lectures, and I do like of course the practice questions, and like I didn't have time for more. And that was for and also what I do for all my courses. I think that's like the thing I mainly like the main thing is I said that I have this Obsidian with like now.
Yeah, so I'm curious how that would like. Did you
I use it for calculus.
How does that use for calculus?
I'm so good at LaTeX now, man. I can write LaTeX like I can write like normal text.
How does that work for calculus?
So for calculus, like I asked myself how useful it is. So what I do with my Obsidian is that I listen to a lecture and I take notes. So like whenever there is something important that the lecturer says, I put it into the note of the lecture. And after I'm done with watching the lecture, I go through all my notes and make other notes out of this note. So I have this note that is like has the name of the lecture, and in this note there are many ideas. And each idea in my Obsidian is so Obsidian is like the app I use to have like this. So each idea is becomes one note, and so I go through like my notes of the lecture, which is like one like file that is like long, and I extract like every idea to make every idea into one node. And I think why it's so useful, not specifically for calculus, but for all calculus even less probably than other things, is because it forces me to explain stuff in my own words to my Obsidian. Because the goal of this Obsidian is that I can, in 10 years when I forgot everything, I can look into like one note and it is self-explanatory. Like by also looking, of course, at other notes it's connected with, but like as I said, I really want to outsource my memory. So what I do is like the lecturer explains something in his words, and then I extract like, okay, he said like those few sentences, and like I extract all the ideas that are in those sentences. So like I don't know, if you say something about like a specific type of AI in like Intro to AI, which is a course I took, then I will make a note out of this, and if it's a note, I don't know, like it has to be like every note has to be explained by other notes, and like they all have to be connected in the right way. Like there can't be notes that clash, and that way I don't just take notes, but I force myself to explain it in the most simple way inside my Obsidian system, which is like quite refined now. What do you want to say?
No, this is interesting because this is kind of like, so, because you and I have a very similar approach.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I learn something, my mindset is like, okay, I have to learn this thing, so I have to learn this with the intention of being able to teach this thing.
Yes.
That's my approach to pretty much everything I do.
Yes, that's super smart, because I think that's one of the best ways of learning, or I know because studies and stuff.
Yeah.
And it kind of accidentally happened with my Obsidian because like
I'm not
I'm not actually trying to teach it.
You're teaching it for your future self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I try to write it down in the most logical, and like also because of I have this very like structured way of writing my ideas down.
Yeah.
Like, and I use it for all my ideas. So I see inconsistencies super fast, and I see stuff that is just like there can't be something like, of course there are also notes from Obsidian where it's like why? Yeah, because it is like this. But like I really I see if there's a statement that's just like that has no basis, and so I force myself to really understand stuff, and I think that's the key, like why it works so well, why I have like such high grades in such fast time, because I force myself to really understand stuff.
I mean, having the forcing function, because it's very easy to fool yourself into thinking you understand something.
Yeah, you
right?
can read a text and you're like, I understand.
Exactly.
Like that's the thing. Like I can't just read, like I don't just read stuff anymore, because like if I read stuff I'm like, I don't know, like I it's super weird, because I think like maybe in the past I read stuff and I actually understood shit, because like it feels like it in my memory it was like this, but now I read stuff and I'm like, no, I don't understand anything. I have to take notes. I have to turn them into better notes. And like the question is, did I get better? Did I get worse at actually reading text, or was I always this bad and I just didn't realize like how good it can be, like how much you can understand?
No, I think this, like I mean, the fact that you can do this, you can do it very quickly. I think for me, I do something very similar. Except I'm so anxious that like I can't keep it till the end. I like to have it. So like even for lectures and stuff, I put it till the end if I absolutely have to. But like I like to like make sure I give myself enough time to like take like every week I'll read the material and like I'll try to understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm still amazed at how. But the thing is, like you said, first of all, it's amazing how fast you managed to do this. But also, it's amazing. Like if you put your mind in, if you put your mind in a space where it's like it's fucking do or die. Yeah. It's amazing what your body will, what your mind will help you do. You know.
It's like just this deadline, forcing function, everything. Like I don't think that I think I did it just like this way was much more efficient. Like if I could have done the same work over, like spread out.
This
over
is the question
semester.
that what I wanted to see is like, is this scalable to like? Is this something that people can try to do, or is this like, because I know, for example, something that really gave me some, because like, this shit doesn't come, like I enjoy this shit, like I love learning about this stuff, but like I was never, this has never been my, like I was never like amazing at math or anything like this, right? But I also like listen to like the guy who sort of basically invented the Apple chip, right? And he was like, like I couldn't do this. He's like, I would take weeks to do the math, understand these things. I'm like, huh.
But that's, also like.
Do you think it's just like, okay, it can be, anyone can do this? Or do you think there's something like, some people are better off doing it one way or other way?
I definitely think like there are obviously difference in like intelligence and stuff, like in how fast you can understand stuff, or like not only like general intelligence, but like some people are just better at understanding math stuff, and some people just take longer, which is okay. But
just so if you're listening, you don't have to feel bad about this. I brought it up because like, sometimes it's hard. Some things are just hard, man. Doesn't matter how hard. Doesn't matter. Like, you might come to like your third semester and be like, and find a course and be like, yo, this is hard as fuck. I can't smash this like as fast. I smash it, but I can't do it as fast as I want to. Who knows?
And the thing is, I like for some things I just take my time, and like there's also like till now it was always my philosophy to take my time to really understand everything. And now, like, because I decided so late, normally I don't do that. Normally I really go deep and take my sweetest time to understand everything. But now there was just no choice. Like, I just have this 1 week for calculus. I don't have more time. Like, the exam is coming. Like,
I think for sure I can definitely incorporate some things about like being a bit more efficient, because like part of the reason I give myself so much time is like I love going down these like rabbit holes, like different rabbit holes, right? Like okay, so like sometimes like I'll want to learn like one concept, and I've gone back to the past when it was invented like 60 years ago. I'm like, whoa, that's interesting. Like and then I'm like, fuck, this is not. Thing is, all that stuff doesn't help me pass the exam.
No, but the thing is it about only passing the
Exactly,
exam? Because I want
exactly.
this. Like
Exactly.
I want
You wanna
this
know
kind
what
of
it is. You want
understanding.
understanding. Yeah, exactly.
And like what happened to me this semester is that sometimes I couldn't. Like I could like normally I always do this exactly like you.
Yeah.
Like I go so fucking deep.
Yeah,
Like I can like
it's crazy.
I could spend a whole semester like literally my first semester like I learned this course so good I could teach it like for like some psychology courses like I went so deep into everything like I knew like I could literally give all the lectures like there was no question he could give that I wouldn't answer like I knew every word that he said and I understood it like not of course not I could not by heart say what he said but like I understood every concept like and deep not only the way he taught it but deeper and this is like now this semester I couldn't do it with everything because just like some things were like I just don't have the time like I literally have one day and I have to finish 3 lectures and I really have to understand everything. Okay,
battery is
dying
10%, so we can anyway I wanted to ask is like
and but one thing more, normally I use Anki like or like some flashcard app which is super useful for good exams. But for some reason, this like I didn't have enough time. Like I made flashcards, but I didn't have time enough to study them. Like I because I barely finished the last lecture, so you don't have time to do your flashcards. Yeah. I just did them like very bit, and I still got like 9.5 in all my exams, like which is crazy. I don't understand why.
Yeah, the recall is like I don't understand like.
But I think it's also because I did it so close before the exam, so like there was not enough time to forget it, you know. Like because if you actually
this is shown. Yeah, you do it.
If you actually study like long before the exams, you need the flashcards to keep the knowledge in your head. Yeah,
this is something I should have done better. I think the one thing I was doing like less efficiently is like practicing throughout the semester when I should have just like for like strictly flashcard stuff. It would have been way more efficient for me to just like do this like a week before the exams.
No, but like if you do like what I plan to do next semester is
how are you structuring your plan for next semester?
Okay, so my plan is I try to do the whole bachelor like now I have one semester that I did like super fast, but now I want to do the whole rest of the bachelor in like 1 year. So like maybe I will do my bachelor thesis afterwards so I can do really really good bachelor thesis, but like at least all the courses as long as it's possible. I don't know, like maybe some exams conflict.
Yeah, the only issue,
the
only problem is like the courses you took so far have no group projects involved.
Yes. So yes. No, there were some group projects, but like
once you just finished.
Yes.
Like what?
Like in knowledge representation, there was a group.
Was a group project?
Yes.
How did you pass that without being part of the team for the whole semester?
No, like I just like that's the thing. Like I barely managed. Like I was like whoa, in like 4 days the group project is so like when I started I was like in 4 days it has to be submitted.
So how did you find the group?
I just sent in the group and there were some people that were like, yeah, we still have a group, we didn't do anything, and then like I basically did the group project. So it was
the system is broken.
And also and also like for example for Intro to AI, I was late for the we had to write an essay and I was late, and just because like the professor gave me like 1 day long, like because literally on the day that was the deadline I was like, can I still do it? And he was like, bro, the deadline is literally like yesterday midnight was the deadline. Like I'm like, no, and he was like, well, I think like if like so he gave me like the weekend, and like in the weekend I did nothing but write this essay. Like I spent like all my time, like I did like just doing a good essay, and I got like okay on this essay I got like 8.9 or something, which is good enough.
This is like the essays and shit they don't give you. Like fuck man,
no,
this semester I would have had this semester I would have had like a fucking phenomenal GPA, but like essays and like projects they're like you missed some things, and I'm like fuck you bro.
So no, but not like also 8 something like 8.8 or something, or 8.7 is like super good, like super good. So and like with this and like many of the like LCC had group projects, but like you don't have to do them. You just it just like either you do it and then you get like it's easier to have a good grade. Or you just don't do it.
The exam counts and everything.
And then the exam counts and everything. And I'm like, I don't do this. I just like kill the exam and then like no problem. But what I want to do next year is, so I want to do all the course. So it means like I will literally do like, how much ECTS is a semester? Like
usually
30,
I think.
Yeah, so I will do like 90, 100 ECTS in one semester.
That would be
yes.
that would be something. That would be something. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Like I don't know. Like of course, like maybe I do like my exchange later, so it's a bit less. But like I don't know yet. So like don't take this. Like I said this on the podcast, but like that's the plan now. So what I will do is I obviously can't start 1 month before the exams. Yeah. So I will do the same thing. But like do exactly the same thing I did now in this quick time, but like spread it out over like the full 6 months of the semester, and then also incorporate a lot of flashcards, because like otherwise you forget. Like if I study one course in the beginning, like I have to do flashcards to keep it up, and I will be more like a normal student, but like just more workload. But now I saw like that I can that I can do the courses super fast, and like I will see like. And
it's okay.
Like,
go for it. Fuck
yes,
it.
Yes.
I'm like this is making me feel like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Like, why the fuck am I wasting so much fucking time? This makes no sense.
Yeah.
But no, like to be fair, I've enjoyed my time.
Yes,
like
it's not so bad.
I can't think of a better way to spend my time.
Yeah.
That's good. And I've produced like bunch of like really nice product. Like I'm curious to see like how this goes. You know.
Yes, me too.
Hopefully shit goes well. And doing this, I think for sure you can do this in a year, bro. Like this is not that hard of.
We'll see.
We'll see how this goes. All right,
okay.
Brother. Until next time.
See you, bro. Bye bye. This has been a One Deeper podcast. Thanks for joining, and I hope you learned something. Catch you again next time.